Hello and welcome. I'm speaking to Professor Brian Druker, who is from the Oregon Health and Science University in Oregon, which is just north, I'm told, of California. Professor Brian has been doing some very good research with regards to the advancement of cancer treatment. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that, Professor Brian?
Yes, thank you. So what we've done is we've taken an understanding of what drives the growth of cancer cells and used that knowledge to develop a specific drug to kill the cancer cells without harming normal cells. In the case of this drug that we developed called Gleevec for a particular type of leukemia called chronic myeloid leukemia, or CML for short, we took a disease that had a 3 to 5 year life expectancy and have now changed into a disease where we expect people to live essentially a normal lifespan by taking a once-a-day pill that kills the cancer cells without harming normal cells.
My goodness, that's incredible research.
Well, thank you. And the rewarding part of it, though, is that I get to see patients who benefited from this work because I'm not just a researcher, but I'm also a doctor. And so I have patients in my clinic who were told they had maybe 6 months to live, and now they're here 10, 15 years later, still alive, thriving, watching their children, their grandchildren grow. And that's remarkably rewarding.
It must be so rewarding.
Yeah.
And so on the back of that, you've won the Hamdan Medical Award for research. I think very well deserved.
Thank you.
Would you like to dedicate this award to anybody?
Well, I'd like to dedicate this award to my patients who went on this journey with me. These are patients who very often have been told they had nothing left, or very little time left. They'd gotten their affairs in order, and they put their lives in my hands. And they're now alive and thriving, and many others are alive and thriving because of them volunteering to participate in our early clinical trials.
I'm sure they're incredibly grateful to you and for your work. The Hamdan Medical the Hamdan Medical Awards have been going for quite a few years. Do you feel it's important to have awards like this and to recognise research that's done, such as the research you have done for cancer?
Well, I'm extremely grateful to win the Hamdan Award, and I think it's extremely important that we allow the work that's being done around the world to be publicized around the world, and the remarkable breakthroughs that we're seeing in cancer therapy, with targeted cancer therapies, with therapies targeting the immune system. It's important that people know and recognize what's happening. Regardless of any personal recognition for me, I think it's important that the public understand what's happening and that there's real hope for cancer treatments.
I agree. And what's the future for your future research?
Well, we're continuing to develop new targeted therapies for other cancers. Our goal is what we've said is we want a Gleevec for every single cancer because we want more people alive and thriving despite a diagnosis of cancer.
But your background is mainly in leukemia, is it? Are you a hematologist as well?
Although I'm trained as an oncologist, I really have devoted my life to leukemia. But a drug like Gleevec is actually approved for many different types of cancer, including some intestinal tumors. It also works in a very small % of skin cancers. So we apply the knowledge of what drives the growth of cancer to any type of cancer based on a target.
My goodness, I mean, it's so exciting, and I'm sure I thank you on behalf of everyone else as well for all your research. I'm sure it will affect every single one of us here today. And I'd just like to ask you as well, Dr. Brian, if you were able to give a message to Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the patron of this award, what would you like to say to him?
I would very much like to thank Sheikh Hamdan for this remarkable and prestigious award, and for all that he does support medical sciences in the country. It is so critically important that we support research, that we bring advances out of labs into the clinic, because there are people that are suffering from any number of diseases that will benefit from our research. So thank you very much for his support.
I'm sure he would thank you likewise. Thank you so much, Professor Brian. Shukran.
Thank you.